Hi, Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. Well, working on last week's video with the infinite axis chuck, many of you noticed that I was sitting part of the time while turning that project. Since many of you noticed, I'm going to take this opportunity to discuss working at the lathe in a sitting position versus working at the lathe in a standing position. I'm also going to solicit your ideas and your discussion on the merits and alternatives so that all wood turners can benefit from this discussion. The wood turning ideal is to be able to stand at the lathe with the feet about at shoulder width apart, and then with the tool, one end on the tool rest and the other end being held tightly against the torso of the body to give it stability, and then to be able to move with the cut in a slow, gentle, flowing motion. And no matter what adaptations that we make, I want to remember this ideal and then consider all safety elements as we deviate from this ideal. But first, to all the self-appointed wood-turning police, I say, hey, if we can celebrate the accomplishments of a blind wood turner in overcoming obstacles to creating fine work at a lathe, why can't we adapt for others of us that have other challenges? In my case, my flat feet hurt when I stand for long periods of time while working at the lathe. And then, my back hurts. Here's another couple of data points. A wheelchair-bound wood turner is president of his local wood turning club. Other people have bad ankles, bad knees, bad legs, bad hips, bad backs, whatever it is. These are challenges that don't have to take us away from wood turning. We can still enjoy the art of wood turning. So I used a tall stool so that I could sit on the edge. And I kept the edge of the tool still against my body. And my tool movement was actually more difficult, but since my project was very small, I really didn't need to move very much. And I could quickly step away and push the stool out of the way, or even let it fall if necessary. If I were hollowing out a bowl, I would not sit. I would stand and be able to take more motions because I like to be able to make those full motions in hollowing. A cushion mat helps a lot under my feet to ease the pain of long periods of standing. However, sitting while sanding or finishing is a welcome break for my feet almost all the time. I don't have to complete a project all at once. I can complete small segments and take breaks at any time. The wood will wait for me to come back, except when it's a green turning, and then I need to take other precautions. Consider having multiple segmented projects at once, because as we all know, segmented turners spend a lot of time waiting for glue to dry. Smaller projects are easier to turn from a sitting position since less dramatic movement is required. While I prefer gouges and skews, some say that carbide tools may be easier to use from a sitting position. Some say tilting the lathe would help, but I would never tilt my heavy Powermatic for fear that it would fall on me. Robust makes a lathe designed for sitting, but it's very, very expensive. So why not adapt what we have to what we need? For those wood turners who cannot stand for long or even short periods of time, I say don't give up wood turning. Let's adapt and see what we can do to analyze your situation. Apply good sense, keep safety in mind, and use your brain to adapt to your circumstances. Network with other turners. Many wood turners would welcome an opportunity to solve a problem for you. Then keep on turning and making beautiful things. Please share your ideas so that other wood turners can use them to adapt their situation. Your idea may be just the one that solves the problem for them. With that, we'll see you again next week with another wood turning video. Whether sitting or standing, always wear your face shield. And with that, please give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you again next week.